Judge Kelley, you've been on record in recent days as saying that you feel like there needs to be some sort of a committee that helps book events on the Judicial Plaza. Is that the case, and why has this discussion come about?
Well, and I want to clear some things up, I guess, because I've been on record in a not so accurate way. First of all, we've got this Judicial Plaza that's beautiful, and we have a stage there that's just it's an amazing venue for any kind of activity, musical or gatherings or festivals, whatever. It's a great venue there. We are making a serious investment along with the Chamber of Commerce and SPEDA and the City of Somerset and Pulaski County. We're making a big investment to put a canopy over the stage, which is going to make a great addition for performing artists to have musical concerts or whatever there. So it's getting more and more popular, and currently the way that venue is booked is through my office. Amber is my executive secretary. Someone calls in and says, I'd like to use that on such and such date. So she pulls out the calendar and writes it down, okay, you can use it. And people need to understand that this is public property.
Judge Kelley, we don't want to assume people know where this is. This is downtown Somerset. The plaza is in front of the Judicial Center.
That's correct. It's right there off of the fountain in front of the Judicial Center, but it's public property. And there is no way that anybody can prohibit anybody from using that space. All we try to do is make sure that there's not two groups conflicting to use that space. That's kind of what we try to do. So it's open to the public to use, and we encourage the public to use it because that's our right. So anybody can do that. But here's the issue now with this new investment we're having. We are concerned with that investment, and groups that are coming in. We've noticed that they'll have their event on Saturday, but Sunday morning it's all trashed and people weren't responsible in cleaning it up. So we're wanting to try to have a committee that looks more at how maybe we can charge a cleanup deposit and to make sure they clean up after themselves. Maybe we can charge a security deposit to make sure nothing gets torn up. Maybe we can require they have a certain insurance if they're going to use the stage and the canopies, things like that. And that's just more than my secretary needs to have on her plate. So we're trying to figure out a way to form a committee that will just kind of oversee the renting or the use of that facility, and just to make it fair to everybody. And I think the reason I was taken, that my comments were made kind of out of context. At the SPEDA meeting, I made the comment that, this thing's already getting booked for the whole year. And, I just said that for effect. But in reality, I think after the festival, and I'm talking about the Chill Out and Proud Festival that happened in September, was it?
Yes.
Just the week after that, we got a lot of calls to our office wanting to book that plaza for the same time next year, and basically the whole month next year. And I don't even know where that ended. I've not seen it lately, but I was told that there were several calls to reserve space. And it's, I can just see it's becoming more popular, and it's going to become it's going to be more of a distraction trying to deal with that than it is, a benefit to the public. So we just I'd rather have that off of Amber's desk, so she doesn't have to be the one dealing with that. And so that's why we talked about forming a committee. Now, will we get that done? I don't know. It's going to take a lot of people putting their heads together to figure out what's the best way of doing that to still be fair and still let the public have free access.
I believe the Chill Out and Proud Festival was in early October. So right now, is there no fee for any organization to rent space on the plaza?
There is not a fee at the moment.
No real bylines, guidelines of what people need to do.
There's really nothing that we need to charge for, but we are seeing it's not being cleaned up the way it should be. And now that we have this sizable investment with that canopy, there could be damage and vandalism. So we want to make sure there's some sort of deposit there as well. So
after all the events that go on at the Judicial Plaza throughout the year, is it the maintenance department of the county who's responsible for the cleanup? Yes. And so that's what we're doing. They have people that work hard and they get over on Sunday and clean up. But the fact is, somebody pays for that. Whether it's taxpayers or the ones that are making the mess, probably should. The Pulaski County Fiscal Court had a meeting on Tuesday of this week. Anything come from that meeting that we need to talk about, that people need to know about? It was sort of an uneventful meeting, other than the fact, one of the large part of the discussion was about the
the plaza and the committee, so that we've covered that. But other than that, it was just a housekeeping month for us. We had a lot of little issues we had to deal with. We went into an executive session to talk about some property. So hopefully we've got some more good news coming soon. But we just try to do it a little at a time. But we've got a lot going on in Pulaski County and Somerset right now, so it's an exciting time.
Do you have any idea how many people would be on the committee to help book the plaza, or when we can expect to see that transpire?
I don't really. I just kind of threw that out to SPEDA, because what we know about SPEDA and their goal is part of it is culture and the arts. We want total economic development, which includes that kind of experience. So I thought, they are representatives of the city and the county. It might be a good start to let them oversee that. But we're getting some kickback, and that's why we throw ideas out, so we can get feedback, and we want to represent the people as best we can.
And fiscal court meetings, they are twice a month. They're open to the public. You want the community to come be a part of the meeting, so remind us when they are, what time, and where people need to go if they have a voice that they want to be heard and want to know what's happening at the court meetings.
We meet the second and the fourth Tuesday of each month at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's on the third floor of the old courthouse. So we encourage everybody to come. We're also live on Facebook if you want to tune in and watch the court meetings live. We get several hundred that do that, so you're always encouraged to be a part of it.
Judge Kelley, we'll see you back here on the show in December. Have a wonderful and safe weekend.